Hey, are you a tradie? Let's find out. Welcome all to a podcast dedicated to Canadian present and future skilled trade license holders, known here as tradies. Introducing STTO Talk, where tradies talk the trade life. STTO Talk is brought to you by stto.ca, your better start to the trades. As always, I'm your host, Gila Rochelle. Now, before we start the episode, and to be expected, all episodes are part of the 10 skilled trades stto.ca is involved with. STTO Talk focuses on these 10 skilled trades that are interprovincial, meaning that with these, you go where you want to go to work in Canada. They are as follows, along with their national occupation code. Refrigeration mechanic, NOC 7313. Gas fitter, NOC 7253. Appliance technician, NOC 7332. Plumber, NOC 7251. Electrician, NOC 7241. Carpenter, NOC 7241. Welders, NOC 7256. Motorcycle mechanics, NOC 7334. Auto service technicians, NOC 7321. And heavy equipment interview mechanics. Time. At this time, I would like to introduce my tradie guest, John the Plumber. Welcome to STTO Talk, John.
Good morning.
Good morning. Questions for STTO Talk guest. As a pre-tradie, John, tell us about your typical day.
Describe the time before you became a tradie where you would look at one and wonder what would it be like making a wage in a life like that.
Now, what was your income as a pre-tradie or your expectations?
Income was usually minimum wage, and expectations were just getting to work and making enough to have fun and survive.
Oh. Now, what about pre-tradie responsibilities? I know you're not old, but let's hear this.
Not getting into trouble with the law was one major responsibility, as was getting along with your family and friends.
Yay! That's a good one. Okay, let's continue with... Now, we're into the real thing. As a first-year apprentice, tell us about your typical day.
I never knew from day to day what I was going to be into, but one thing's for sure. I was learning every day new stuff, working my ass off.
Oh, yeah.
And I knew I was lucky to be signed up as an apprentice.
For sure. Now, what about the income at that time and the expectations?
It was in my apprenticeship contract it was in my apprenticeship contract indicated how much I was going to get paid. It was a certain percentage of what a tradie would get, and the expectations were that I would always be learning every day so that I could become a more independent, skilled laborer.
What about the responsibilities of a first-year tradie? Are you there, John?
Yeah, my screen went wonky. Hold on. Sorry.
This communication stuff, eh? Got to stay on top of it.
And what was
Okay, it was we're going back to as a first-year apprentice, first-year tradie. What were your responsibilities?
fit for duty every day.
Oh, yeah.
I also became responsible for everything but doing the work, make sure that the bins were all straightened out, make sure there's enough supplies, make sure the service vehicles looked after, make sure we have enough of cleaning supplies for ourselves, or this or that, to make sure you write all the lists for the materials, make sure you order this stuff and never stop.
Yeah, oh, I remember. Now, you're a tradie now, you finally graduated. Tell us about your typical day.
I still didn't know what I was going to do from day to day, but I was looking forward to that at this time as a tradie. The challenges were to see exactly what I would be able to deal with, and it was my turn to be a mentor for an apprentice.
What about the income or the expectations when you're there?
Finally, I was at the top of the pay scale. I had a pension plan set up, and I had a health plan set up.
Really?
My employer
Wow.
was looking for me to make them more money and to save them on expenses. I always worked safely to return home at the end of my shift.
Awesome. Hey, did you ever have a chance to have extra income as a tradie?
Overtime, anytime I was needed.
Wow.
Day or night assignments on the weekends, and by obtaining extra skills, I was able to be assigned extra work assignments through the slow times.
That is awesome. What about responsibilities as a tradie?
Fit for duty every day, understanding all the obligations that are assigned to me for my company purchases or interactions, and also all the paperwork that I have to administer. I must know all the relevant codes. I get asked to do pricing and quotes and deal with customers that are not always happy.
Oh boy, isn't that something? Well, thank you very much for this, John. I appreciate it. It was really, really good of you to do this. And that's a wrap of episode 4, the interviewing a tradie with field experience of over 40 years and is part of the 10 skilled trades stto.ca is involved with. On future episodes of STTO Talk, we will be going into deeper each of the other W's, and we will also be continuing interviews with different tradies and an aspect of their trade life. Keep your tools and thoughts clean, your mind alive and awake. See you on the next one. STTO Talk out.